Spooky. A little less spooky. All right. Oh, let's see. Dark Souls 3. This is gonna be fun. Because we got the Wyvern first. And part of me wants to figure out if I can just do a cheese on the Wyvern, but part of me also wants to just play it normally, because I haven't played it normally in a while. Okay, let's play it normally. I got a ring of sacrifice on. I'll be fine. Let's go. Do do do. Excuse me, gentlemen. Running right on through. Oh no. Oh, that's a problem. Of course. Anyone else? Great, they can't climb up ladders. It is very tempting to just save and quit. Of course you queued that. Dark Souls law of action queuing. It will always pick the action that is least convenient for you. Let's see. No. Ow. Ooh. And up we go. Wow, that was quick. And that was scary. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I ran straight to the spot, more or less, with only a minor hiccup. And then the game was like, nah, you didn't do it. Freaking glitchy ass Wyvern. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's just head up. And out we go! Bruh. I wonder if you can, like... Oh well, doesn't matter. I wish I could remember what the speedrun strat was, but... Alright. Trying out a new controller today. Oh. Ah. What is... Stop that. Oh my god, stop it. Alright, let's see. Can I get past? Oh, so far. Alright. Cool. And we're safe. Gosh, when you know what you're doing, it's really not that bad. Are you fucking serious? I have this giant ass sword. How am I missing the hitbox on this? This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm being robbed. It's not ridiculous because it's hard. It's ridiculous because I feel like I'm just being robbed of what is rightfully mine. Excuse me, sir. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can dodge the one that dashes at you. Well, I couldn't dodge that, so... Ooh, they're on my tail. I did it! Sweet. Oh, that was a blessing in disguise. I'm glad he chose to breathe fire there. Are you serious? Alright. Well, I guess this time I don't get to just grab my souls. Or this time I don't get to do it without worrying about my souls. That's the first 3 times, and that's the first time they actually caught me. Sure. This shouldn't be this hard. It's making me wonder if I need to just swap to my fist or something. Can you move, please? That was so weird. There we are. I don't know if the roll obscuring is actually doing anything to the AI, but I hope it is. Are you? Alright. I should be okay now. Outside of that, I am. Okay. Alright. There we go. Thank goodness that's over. Now I get teleported. And this is like really close to the spot too. Like, I think just out that door is where you go. Excuse me? I'm gonna find the one that rang your bell. Of course they're over there. There we are. Now to deal with you. Soul of a Crestfallen Knight. Sometimes it pays to have a bigger sword. Okay. Bye. Okay. Now this is the part where I need to start to try remembering where to go. Be wary of pointless. Okay. I will take that note's word for it that that is pointless. Oh. I am very thankful that I have a giant weapon. Alright. I recognize that. I'll be going there in a little bit. Now I actually get to... Oh, that's some bullshit there. Pre-attacking me. Nonsense. Of course. You know, while it's on my mind, instead of the milk ring, what can I put on? That'd be really good. Probably just the Ring of the Evil Eye, I think. Hyper armor saves me again. Ooh. Oh, my nose is itchy. This is a bad time to have a very itchy nose. Very bad time to have an itchy nose. There we are. I do not like fighting them. It is not fun at all to fight them. Does this go where I think it does? Okay, not quite. It's not quite where I thought it would go. Alternate path. Okay.
nose is itchy now. Why is my nose so itchy?
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is not a mimic. Yeah. I don't think there are any mimics here. Great. I'll take that L. That's their only way of really killing you. Unless they catch you, like, when you're dealing with other enemies or something. They knock you off the edge, and that's pretty much it. No thank you. Alright, let's see how I do running past these. Whew! Alright. I can deal with that. Pretty quick way to catch up where I was. Ow. Alright, two of them together did more damage than I thought they would. There's another wyvern here. So that's what 2 hits does. What? Hitboxes, please. Woo. Well, that was fun. Okay. Was not a fan of that. Pretty massive chunks off my health bar, to be honest, for a simple rapier. Let's not. All right. I think this cutscene's cool. We'll have to remember to kill Havel up there too. Or the person wearing Havel armor. I think the implication's supposed to be that it's Havel, but... Alright, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a bonfire nearby. So I should probably find that before I go and fight Nameless King. Doo-doo. Here it is. Also, I have 125,000 souls. Let's go cash those in first. Let's see. Like I would heal the Dark Sigil. Yeah. Want to get that up to like 30 or something like that? Alright, so I guess Nameless King, then we'll mess about with Avil. And then, continue from there. Alright, I remember the last time I fought this boss, I was like, oh, he's not as bad as I remember the first time I fought him. But we'll see. I need to remember there's some delay between when my inputs actually go in and when things take effect. Yeah, saw that one coming. Not a very good boss to do without lock on. Ooh. Alright, that did way more damage than I was thinking it would. Oh yeah. I only need to take off like half of its health bar to stagger it. That's crazy. I only need to take out half of its health bar before it becomes staggered, and then this phase of the fight starts. Because my riposte does so much damage, like holy hell. Your soul is his. And I need to heal, which I probably should have done before I took the riposte, but how was I to know the riposte would take off half of the freaking half of the health bar? So far, so good. He caught me there. Drink? One more time. All right. Ooh. All right. Feeling my slow weapon right now. Really feeling the slow weapon. I should also keep that on me for a trump card / a full heal once the phases swap. Also very kind of the game to treat all this like not solid ground so that when your souls drop, it's not so bad. Oh, look who's back. I timed my button press for the landing. Not so much. Ooh. There we are. Not this time. I'm glad I don't take damage while I'm on the ground. Okay, game. Ooh, okay. Whew. I was about to say, that seemed perfect for him to do a follow-up on, but he didn't. Oh, wow. What is that timing? I thought you were going to do a follow-up there. Really? Alright, that wasn't so bad. Ooh. Remember when the game was new and that guy was supposed to be the hardest boss? Doesn't even hold a candle to... He's probably harder than like Gravetender or the Gravetender champion, whatever guy's name is. He's probably tougher than that, but I think all the other DLC bosses are probably harder than he is. All right. Go ahead and light the fire. I might as well rest at it because nothing else is... I didn't kill anything on my way to it or anything, so... Oh yeah, I forgot this is where you got the other Titanite slab. Well, that made it worth it to come here for sure. Outside of the kill all bosses part of the thing that I'm doing here. Do, do, do. All the Dragon Slayer stuff. Okay. So next, let's go to... I want to go get the dragon stuff. Or I want to go to the Elish, annoying area. The thing that's up on the cliff. That thing. Up this way. Nice. Someone else clearly rung their bell. I'll probably swap to that as my checkpoint if I die here. I need to spend some souls on, like, throwing weapons. Wow. That almost made it look like I know what I'm doing. All right, your turn. And there's the other one. Okay. All right, take a moment to catch yourself. Oh. That was pretty goddamn close. If this was like any new game cycle above 0, then that would have definitely been a loss. Dragon Chaser's ashes. Oh no. There's... Oh no. I'm clicking that together with the other definition of chaser. Which is like... It's kind of unfortunate, but it's also very funny as a thought. Let's see, what was it? There it is. All right. So that leaves Havel and the remaining Wyvern. I think that other Wyvern respawns, actually. I don't remember. Guess we're gonna find out. Okay. Twinkling Titanite, and this should be the way to Havel, right? I have most of my healing items. Should be fine. Excuse me, sir. I really just want this. This place has 2 slabs? Yo, shout out to this for being one of the few weapons I can think of that actually causes him to stagger. Oh yeah, no shot, we're getting past that. Really? Oh, I hate you so much for that right now. Yeah, now my shit just basically bounces off of him. Oh, his does so much more damage than mine does. Ooh, get out of there. That is probably the easiest time I've ever had fighting him. All right, now what? Where's that dragon? All right, let's see if we can get that dragon to appear again. Just, no, I didn't think so. That would have been nice. Wait, hold on a second. That's here. Ah, I see. Okay, okay. I was a little confused, a little turned around, because it's not like you get maps in this game. We could be doing a lot worse. Mm-hmm. Now let's see. Does the dragon appear down here? I hate that it can just keep going like that. Of course, that's the move you chose to do. Why? Any enemy that does a point blank charge attack is automatically the worst. Like, that's not what charge attacks are for. Okay. So let's try this. Will the dragon appear if I come at it from this direction? Do, 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 do. Boop. 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 Ah. Nope, guess not. Alright, well, I'm not that caught up on trying to kill this Drake. I guess I could try stopping at that bonfire, walking back towards this area with the stone lizards, and then going about it that way, but yeah, I'll try that. And then if that doesn't do anything, I'll just move on. And there we are. Bullshit on that hitbox and that one. They will just bully you if you let them. Wow. Poor placement, old chap. Ooh. Why? Really? Got it. All right, well, he's down there now. We'll see if he stays down there when I go around. Let's see. So to avoid trouble, just gonna walk over this way and hope I don't get spotted by anyone other than him. Alright, I think I'm good. Are you serious right now? I didn't want to kill you. I just want to be safe whenever I'm going up the freaking ladder. So let's see. I killed Havel. Havel should be dead. Yeah, Havel's dead. I don't see any footing for the Drake. Or any place to jump down on the Drake. Cat ring. Yeah. Thank you, cat ring. There we are. And the Drake's just not there. Why is the Drake not there? Alright. I think I'm done with trying to get stuff out of here. Take another couple points there. Go ahead and give the captain's ashes, dragon chaser's ashes. So I can buy chunks now. Okay. Let's just go ahead and sell all these. And get another level out of it after we've upgraded what stuff we want to. Is there anything we want to? Like, I don't want to use the Onyx Blade. I don't want to put the stats in for the Black Knight Sword. I'm more of a strictly strength build right now, so... Dragon Tooth would be pretty fun, but I don't think so. Same with Smells Hammer, that would also be pretty fun. Like, a lot of these would actually be really fun to use, but I don't want to spend the money on them. Alright, well. Did I have... Okay, yeah, the Profane Greatsword was all the way upgraded. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess we'll level up and then head to the DLC. The Dreg Heap. I suspect what will end up happening is I'll end up spending the rest of my stream going through the drag heap. Maybe starting the Ring City if things go well against the princes. But I kind of doubt they will. Ah.
Oh, I thought that what is I've nothing. Well, phew.
What? Strange item. You know what? Why not?
Keep it at the great that this. Oh, if you just far below, from time to time, mutterings of the very demon, that horrible sound. Keep it.
All right. Whee! Time to make it through the best area. Oh shit, I forgot about him. Okay. Oh. Oh, their attacks are so delayed. Ooh. Alright, that does not bode well for how I'm going to do against them. But also easy place to get Titanite chunks. How is this my health bar right now? Whee! Well, that was fun. Oh boy, angel time. Ooh. So loud. Why does that do so much damage? All right. That was probably not worth it to do, but at least they're making it so that if I decide I want to use a different weapon for a little bit, it'll be easy to do. I don't remember if they make it easy or hard to get rid of the first angel. Whew. That attack freaks me out a little bit. Ooh. That's taking advantage of the moveset. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just doing this. Oh god, why? There we go. Ah, thank goodness. Let's backtrack a bit while the really, really tough enemies are dead. Do. Hello.
Oh, look at you. You've got your head screwed on correct.
Oh god.
Fantastic. To meet a kindred spirit on this god's forsaken crag. Call me Lab. I can't remember my real name, so
Gee, I wonder.
let's just go with that. I have a feeling we're going to make a fabulous team. Oh, I'm who I was. Oh, that's why I've come here for the Purging Monument, where the pygmies who found the darks. All I can say is, those little stones aren't doing much to help me Well, so if I completely forget, come on. What else? Well, so come on.
Alright. That's Patches. Ow. Okay. Excuse me, sir. I actually do not want to fight you. Whee! Oh, please. Okay. All right. Continuing through the drag heap, we got another angel. I don't remember where their actual body is. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see something. That's not it. Let's see. Oh, that's not it either. That one's completely my fault. At least getting back to this area is going to be easy. I'm not particularly concerned about the souls at this point because, like, all their points are doing are giving me a little bit of extra endurance. Let me maybe swing the sword around a little more, but... Oh, hello.
Oh. I can see why they call this the dreg heap at the mangled remnant. It actually sort of led that the ring... don't mind me. I just wanted to tell someone. Wait. I'm past here. you'll find the remains of a giant earthen tower, half submerged. Not a very nice place to visit. But I didn't have any use for it, you see. So if I get the chance, I could go fetch it for you. I know who you are. Well, grab that treasure. Past here. Well,
Alright. Why our character would believe him, I have no idea, but... Is there a reason you're not attacking them? What a jerk. Do I go ahead and grab that, or do I... Well, guess that answers that for me. Ooh. Ow. Wait, hold on, hold on. I missed it! Fucking hell. Probably need to go around the other side. Let's just bum rush the other side then. Cameraing's probably not the worst one to just be keeping on right now. It's like a few thousand souls, it's not worth it. How did I not get hit by any of that? How, did I just get pushed extra far, or is that just really, really hard to actually make it? Alright, let's give that one more try. Maybe I need to go more inside? I have no idea where that connects to everything else, so... Ow. Oh, just tell me what this says. Time for jumping. Oh, I see you. Hey, that counted. I think you are supposed to actually, like, roll, though. Oh. Well, I'm glad that's over. What an obnoxious enemy to just have about. Okay, you can totally climb up that route. Okay. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but sure. This looks too steep to climb. But I suppose if they made it have stair-like properties. So let's see. Okay, there's really not an alternative way. You have to jump down, it looks like. Take the plunge. You won't die. But I want to go through the poison swamp. For once. Why is there another one? Ugh. All right, now this one I think is actually is going to require me to go like up there. Excuse me, I want nothing to do with y'all. Oh, get out, get out, get out. Oh, wow, that's... Oh, this sucks. I can't go through here. Ow. Leave me alone. Let's see. Come on. All right. Why are there so many of you? Ow. This is not the right way either. I think... Yeah. Maybe I need to figure out what is the correct way to go in the swamp. Oh, hello, Pate.
Oh, you remember that treasure? Well, oh, it was here. This really mangled it.
He actually gets it for you. I love that, actually. That's really funny. Like a good sign, like, yes, this is, in fact, Amnesiac Patches, who doesn't remember that he's a complete bastard. And he's surprisingly good-natured. Night scale there. Let's see. Oh, I don't think this is correct either. Oh wait, no, this is correct. All right, we're good. Go ahead and use this while I'm out of the poison. Oh, look. Guy with a sword meant for poisoning you. Nice. You know what? I'm just gonna do this preemptively. Bye, Zoe. Oh. Well. Didn't mean for that to happen, but... Where the fuck is your main body? Let's see. Do I need to like... go to here, maybe? Nope, very much not here. Ow. Ow. Okay. Still doesn't answer the question of where the body for this one is. Also, I'm not sure it really matters, but... wait a second. Oh. Okay. That's weird. Then there's this. Ah, there it is. Rest in piss. All right. And now I can explore the swamp at my leisure. I'm thinking of doing a save and quit just to get that pyromancer back up here. Because, like, I don't think our pathfinding was meant to figure out this nonsense. Alright, let's just do that. And, like, I was doing at least more damage to her than I was to Havel, so... there she is. Alright. Why is that so fast? And there it is. Didn't need the spell, I just wanted to kill that NPC. They were really, really annoying. All right. I think at this point, I should just consider... Let's just go to the boss now, because my build is basically complete. All right. And I do not remember which one to kill first to get the easier fight. I think I'm doing it the opposite way of what what you should do if you want the easier fight. Can we not do it this way? Please! Alright, get out of there. That's a shame. Missed his face! Come on. Come on, buddy. Ooh. Where's the other one? All right, one down. Nice damage. Damn, when your timing is good, but it's not good enough. Oh, that's an explosion. Oh, wait, no, that's not an explosion. Never mind. That is the reason why you do the other one first. This could be a problem. Yeah, that attack is why you should always kill this one first instead of his brother. I mean... Good damage. So was that. I was still... Alright, he's got me here. Yeah, no shot. Oh, are you able to interrupt this attack? Oh, no, you're not. Oh, shit. All right, in the interest of not being here all day, I'm gonna be sure to kill the demon in pain first. Yes, I want to kill the other one first. Right now they're both in melee mode, which is not ideal. Ow. I got that face. Yeah. All right, take that. Boo! I should have been safe from... I should have been safe. Man, that's lame. Just get the best of both worlds. The freaking Ember was used up, and I didn't get to get healed from it. Stop attacking through each other! Alright, cool. Are you fucking serious right now? I got to deal with them both being in melee mode at the same time, and I did not do well at all. Demon Princes are... I think it's one of the most annoying fights in the game. Because it's one of those fights that really, really feels to me like they just have... there's just too much HP across the entire HP pool in this boss fight. Like, both princes together Like, I can understand there being a third phase out of that, but like, still. There we are. Good use of it. I am playing keep away until y'all decide who is actually in melee mode and who is actually in projectile mode. Because this is not okay. I didn't press it that many times, but okay. Okay, game. I really need... Perfect. Oh, great. There we go, there's one down. All right, let's get some stamina back here. Whew. And there we are. That's pretty clean. Let's step away for a little bit. Safety sip. There's gonna be an explosion. Ooh, this is not good. Oh wait, this is fine. Never mind. Ooh, I think I maximized that dagger as much as I possibly could. Again? This is just a stagger machine. Greatsword's way more awesome than I thought it would be. Alright. I can live with that number of attempts on the Demon Prince fight. Alright. Very cool. Oh, look at that. Just happened to end the fight right by this stuff. How convenient. Small envoy banner. To the Ringed City. I don't know if an hour and a half is enough time to get both Gale and Midir done, but we'll see. Ooh. Behold, the ringed city. Wonder how many times it's going to take me to get through the opening part. Oh.
Hark, dost thou the gods? A lie. Thy scheme is no the dark. Why give rest? If it is, then seek. There wilt thou slump a lid covering an overgrown prick.
A lid covering an overgrown privy. The septic tank is full, is what he's saying. Alright, let's peek back at Firelink Shrine real quick. That's fun. This guy.
For helping them find. I pity the sorry soul. I pity.
Okay. Let's try resting. And talking to him again. Oh, okay.
Welcome us. Very well. Farewell.
This is. I don't think I'm going to end up using this shield at all, but I do want to go ahead and just upgrade it. Where is the one I have equipped? And there we go. Okay. Let's just go ahead and buy up this stuff. This should be... that's not enough for a level up there. That now it might be. Yeah.
Farewell, Ashen.
I'm gonna try saving quit to see if I can get the guy to move, because now that I've got the Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone, I think he should move unless I have to kill the Wyvern, in which case fuck. But he moved. Where'd he move to, though? Maybe now I'll find him at, Baron. At Abyss Watchers. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, there he is.
This is unexpected.
Well, I've decided to stop running from my fate. Loathe me all you like. I shall take what makes you dragon.
Sorry, Hawkwood. Ooh. I don't really loathe him. I think this is the best twist on the Crestfallen character they've done.
You are the dragon. More dragon than I.
And there we are. Can't remember the last time I fought him and then had him actually... If he beats you, he takes the Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone and then you have to beat him to get both of them back. I'm surprised that he didn't use it during the fight, though. Alright. Through the Ring City we go! There we are. Not particularly worried about any of the other items. Oh, I don't want to go that way right now. Well, this is less than ideal right now. Ow. Hey, I did it. I don't usually end up beating him. I think he respawns anyway, so there's not really a point to beating him. Nice. More embers, more embers. Chunks. Plenty of those to go about. What was so... Oh, wow. Just a soul. That's it? That's what you chased me down for? Lame. Did I just miss a door or something? Alright. This is where me not playing the game in a long time is starting to bite me, because I do not remember where to go. I thought it was down here, but nope. What? I'm missing something that is probably pretty obvious. Ah, there it is. That's what I was missing. Onward. Let's see, is there gonna be a guy trying to push me off the edge here?
Many of us are by the fire, forsaken. I speak of thine kind and mine. Behold this city. We are kindred, but like two eyes which gaze upon the other. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin. One was a wayfaring knight on an endless, forbidden search. Only the abyss granted closure, if not reunion with his beloved. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin. Many of us are and
Hold on a second.
one was a own fear.
Okay. Endless Forbidden Search makes me think Artorias. Knight on an Endless Forbidden Search makes me think Artorias, and reunite with his beloved actually makes me think of Manus, but maybe it was Artorias. Maybe that was part of it with Artorias, and the implication is Kieran was his beloved or something. I don't know. Be wary of the right. Oh, there's a third one. Why are there three of you? Ay, ay, ay. I think this is the way to, if you want to actually continue through the Ring City, that's the way to go. I don't remember what's out this way. Ah.
Oh, a true blessing that we should seek the same place. I've got the last of my brew. To my search, and to your duty, and to the joy that lies before us. All right then. Bottoms up. Now, once I find it, who I was and what, I don't know. Oh, don't. Now, one.
Oh. Such a pity. Zol. It is pretty convenient to just be able to bop, bop every enemy. Well, almost every enemy. Wow, my curse meter is surprisingly high. I should probably try not to get cursed. Here we are. First one of these guys. I can swing 3 times and still be able to dodge once. That's actually really good. I really do need to just buy some throwing items. Knives. Knives mostly, but huh. I would not have thought that they would be 2 hits as well. Oh. Interesting. Those boys over at FromSoft sure do like their rings. Should I go ahead and just use this instead of taking the stairs? Well, that was probably not the best idea on my part. I actually don't remember if there's anything important down here. Ah, that could be a problem. Excuse me, sir. Okay, so if I want to actually get them over there. Okay, so the game is actively messing up now. Like it's dropping, the game itself is having some frame drops that I think are either eating my inputs or making things just that much harder to control. Alright. Was it literally all just that guy? I'm kind of surprised that worked. All right.
Speak thine own God. Ah, then that perhaps 'tis I am they who would plead as the thou stuck speak it is not. May I ask, perhaps that my dear he want to watch, and yet before the I often plead.
Okay. And now I run. Do 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 do. Oh god, not this. Let's see, and I need to head to the right if I want to get to good fire. Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that nonsense. I think I need to just go there. Yeah, I do. Doot doot. Away with ye. All right. Kill them in one combo. That's not bad to find out. I'm just gonna calmly walk over this way and hope I don't get chased down. Alright, this should do. Very good. Let's see. I'm about to have to fight another knight, aren't I?
1. Met the dark with learning, but in the end learnt his knowledge was wanting. The world began without knowledge. Does not this ring clear? Fear not that, and let.
So I'm guessing Aldia. God damn it. Oh well. It's not like I was trying to get all the crystal lizards. This is the way I want to go. This is where something actually interesting lies. Leto. Why does he have a giant hammer? Swing your hammer. Ooh, shit. Fair enough, Leto. He's more of a threat than I thought he was. Alright, so I need to head out that way. I also should probably make a trip to see the Dragon Slayer armor at some point, but... that doesn't look like a fall I can survive. Alright. Unless I'm missing something, which I clearly am. Aha! Good thing I'm using the cat ring. All right. Why not? And then, and there we are. All right, so currently, 2 obstacles I'm worried about. The big guy over there, whom I'm hoping I can just avoid by going around this way. You did try to attack me. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that guy by going over this way. Great. A person has invaded me. Well, this is problematic. Alright, there we go. And it's sealed with a bow. Also, why was I invaded by a warrior of sunlight? Alright. And he still inconvenienced me because I still have to get out of here. Why more of these guys? Oh, I got... I'm glad I got some heals back. I like how we opened that PvP fight by just freaking laying into each other, and we're both at like 40% HP after the first little tango. There wasn't much that either of us could really do about it either. I mean, we're both using gigantic weapons. Alright, so I kind of doubt I'll be able to fight the Dragon Slayer armor as I am. Dude. Guardian Spirit Shiv? What? Ah, those are the dead ogre things, because the Dragon Slayer armor is over there. Fighting it seems ill-advised, but here we go. I like how I literally saw the attack coming, responded appropriately, and still got nailed by it. Alright, well. Would sure be nice if someone were to light the bonfire I was just at. Oh, yeah, no. There seems to be a slight imbalance in the amount of health remaining between the two of us. At least it can't heal itself. Oh, no. Well. Oh. I'm gonna need to calm down a little bit after that one. What the hell? All right. So that was crazy. I was like, well, I'm gonna probably die either way here, so might as well see what happens if I swap to the RTSR. Good things happened when I swapped to the RTSR. Only bad things await me if I try to go over that way right now. Let's go ahead and turn these in for... I'm standing and one of my feet felt like I was falling asleep. It's weird.
Speak thine heart's desire. Very that hate. Farewell, Ashen Mace.
Oh, Grey Rat. Of course. Let's talk with Grey Rat.
You know about leaving. They must. I'm away. Not a single. But I don't want to sit. And I consider. Right. But if you change your. I meant.
Let's see. From him. Maybe not that many. $100 should be fine. And 100 of those. Oh, he only had... Okay, he had a limited amount of those. Got it. And then I don't have any bows. Alright.
Goodbye.
Kukri. Let's just get 100 of those. All right. Back to the streets. Okay. There we are. I don't like how far away from the spot I was staying in. This was making me drift. Night chunk. Please tell me that this is Ring Knight Straight Sword. Okay, okay. Not quite. Almost, though. I don't think I have to go fully on top of that to get around, though, do I? No, I do. I'll take that. Alright, recover some stamina. Alright, getting the things that were above me. I'll take it. I'm running for it. All right. And there's my deer. All right. Bye. Dragonhead Great Shield. What an oddly shaped shield and weapon. I'm really anything to not think about this part. No, fuck you. Meteor sounds hungry. Ooh, that was close. All right. And now the staircase that I can never remember my way around. This is a very bad time for an NPC invader. No idea which direction he's going to end up coming from. I assume he's just waiting. There he is. Ooh, that was close. Blindfold mask? What? Okay. Okay, this is just what's outside. So that just circles. So if you go up all the way, it just circles around. So what happens if you go down then? Oh. I've probably just missed a way out or something. Let's see. Can never remember which way to go. Not there. Oh, I should turn the other way when I drop down. Let's try that. Because that's kind of the only, that's really my only other option, as far as I can see. Also, let's go ahead and put the cat ring back on. Because I am quite tired of forgetting where I am. And there we are. This should be the way out. Or at least lead me to the way out. Well, that's a good sign. Let's see. That's a mimic, for sure. That one I do remember being a mimic. I got the double hit on it that time. Bring of the Evil Eye +3? Hell yeah. And then I think if you keep going this way, yeah, you end up dropping back down onto the previous path. God, I do not regret choosing to use the greatsword at all. It's been very fun. Let's go ahead and take the rest. All right. Okay, I was worried for a moment that Midir would end up, knocking me down from that. Let's just take a drink. Oh, he's mad. All right. Skadoom. Et voila, no more Midir. Okay. Right. Not this time. I forgot that it was that many fake walls. So many in a row. I think I need to... take this knee sleeve off of my leg soon. Where is the bonfire? It's like over there, isn't it? Yep. Here we go. Well, that sucks. I think it's a relatively straight shot, though, back to that spot. Because there's a bonfire right after you get out of that catacomb area, right? Yeah. Or at the top of that catacomb area, at least. And Midir's already been knocked down, so... Take two. One of these, was it this? It's... I remember one of these is fake. Or it could just be that right there. Whatever. Souls restored. Gotcha! Wait. Apparently I stun-locked them. That's cool. Then I'm gonna not go in. I thought there was a bonfire right out here. Guess I was wrong. I really could have sworn there was one, though. Maybe I am just being dumb and it's been passing in front of my screen several times without me just noticing. Do I want to fight Halflight? Not particularly. I really did think there was a bonfire out here. Like, as a convenient way to go back to this monument and be right outside the Halflight boss fight. Oh well, that's enough wandering like an idiot. Let me go back and at least unlock the way to Midir. So this is, yeah, that has that. Oh, I suppose it also connects to that fire. So, doesn't really need to, ah, shoot, I did it again. If it connects to that fire, I guess you don't need another fire. Although, I don't know, with this game, sometimes... Ember. There it is. Yep, and antiquated plain garb and violet wrappings. Wait, hold on. Interesting. I'm trying to decide what I'll do, because I feel like taking out Halflight should be my priority, because that's a fight that I feel like won't take that many tries, and I only have half an hour left, and that way I can have Midir, Gale, and Soul of Cinder be the last fights in another stream. Wow, I'm glad I'm wearing the cat ring. Oh! Yeah, that's nice. Alright, let's go ahead and fight Halflight. Assuming it will be Halflight and not a person. It might well be a person. Well, there's a person's summon sign right there, and they just got summoned. So they're either helping someone or helping that guy. Ooh, that's lucky. Okay, the game's trying to decide if it's going to summon a person or Halflight. And it looks like it summoned Halflight. Wow, that did a lot of my health. Jesus! I don't know if Halflight's going to be easier than an actual person. Great. All right, next. Jesus, Halflight. There we are. All right. So that's that. So I have Gale and Midir left. Plus Soul of Cinder. So having that be stream for next week, good way to end the game.
Welcome. Then farewell, Ashen.
Did I pick up any souls? I did. Let's just sell them. All right.
Well,
That's one level. Damn it. But my endurance is where I want it to be. Okay. I think go to the Ring City streets. Try to work my way back to what's her name at the top of the stairs. That's gonna suck. Hello. Let's see. I'm good there. I would really rather not deal with all this nonsense. Cool. Let's see. Ow. Why? Oh, they're good at roll catching. Okay, it looks like everyone else has lost interest, so it's just gonna be me versus this guy. Okay. God damn, that was a lot of effort.
So, Still his voice. I prithee, before the... Just afore there lieth the small... 'Tis from... I pray... I know. Forgive me. Just afore the church of the prince is a small... I pray before the...
Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to fight you. Okay. Let me go ahead and just initiate my outro. I think I'm kind of at a spot where, like, I shouldn't do much else if I want to have enough to actually stream next time. So, yeah. Let's see. Ooh, I want to look over here and see what kind of weapons have I unlocked now. Okay, there's still a few ones here that look like they would be fun to use, but we're gonna continue sticking with the greatsword, I guess. All right. All right, have yourself a good evening.